Welcome to Data Plumbers Unplugged, where we clear the flow of data, one insight at a time. From demystifying complex concepts to uncovering actionable strategies, we're here to empower you to navigate the world of data with ease and confidence. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just getting started, this is your guide to making sense of it all. Let's dive in.
Welcome to the Data Plumbers Unplugged podcast, where we dive headfirst into the data world. I'm your host Puneet, and every week we bring you the freshest, the most impactful updates from the data landscape, curated for the engineers, analysts, and scientists like you who keep the world's data flowing. This week we are unpacking a massive roundup of tools, breakthroughs, and trends that are reshaping analytics. From Amazon's AI-powered search to Snowflake's automation revolution, we have got the insights that need to stay ahead. So grab your favorite drink, settle in, and let's plumb the depths of data together. Why does this matter now? So data isn't just fuel, it's the engine driving decisions in every industry. Whether you are optimizing pipelines or building AI models, these updates will change how you work, so let's dive in. Today's episode is a deep dive into the latest developments shaping up the data ecosystem. We are covering 4 big themes: actionable tools and techniques, which covers the frameworks, tutorials, and utilities to level up your analytics game; innovative breakthroughs, which provide you with the new models, platforms, and capabilities pushing the boundaries of what's possible. We also cover industry signals, trends, and strategic moves shaping the future of data work, and foundational data practices including pipeline design, data integrity, lakehouse architectures, and governance of the mission-critical stuff. We've got must-read items marked with a blue square, as you see, and we'll explore every update with detailed analysis, practical takeaways, and a bit of speculation on what is next. So, first stop is Amazon Web Services. AWS is bringing serious firepower to analytics and governance. Let's start with Amazon Q Developer in open source service. This is a major leap for search and analytics. Amazon Q, AWS's generative AI assistant, is now integrated into OpenSearch, enabling natural language queries that deliver context-aware insights. Picture this: you ask, why are our Q3 sales spiking in Europe? And Q doesn't just pull raw numbers, it synthesizes trends, anomalies, and correlations across the datasets. So how it works? Now Q leverages OpenSearch's indexing power and AWS's Bedrock models to process unstructured and structured data. It's like having a conversational layer over your Elasticsearch clusters. For data engineers, this means less writing complex queries, and for business users, it's a gateway to self-service analytics without needing SQL expertise. So why it matters? Now, OpenSearch is already a go-to for log analytics and search. Adding AI-driven insights makes it a contender for enterprise-wide analytics platforms. So AWS is betting basically on AI to democratize analytics. But there is a catch. The success depends on clean and well-indexed data. So if your datasets are a mess, Q won't magically fix them. So my advice is that you pair this with AWS's data quality tools such as Glue Data Brew to maximize impact. Next up is automating row-level security from AWS Lake Formation to QuickSight. This update tackles a pain point for BI teams, ensuring secure data access without manual overhead. The Lake Formation's row-level security policies now sync automatically to QuickSight. So when you define who can see what, example, regional managers only see their region's data sales or sales data, the QuickSight enforces it in real time. The integration uses AWS's IAM and Lake Formation stack-based access control. So it supports dynamic filtering so that these dashboards adjust based on user identity. Now this is huge for regulated industries such as healthcare or finance, where compliance is non-negotiable. So if you're using QuickSight, implement this to streamline compliance. For engineers, you can check AWS's GitHub repo for some sample scripts to automate row-level security stuff. That will save you hours, truly speaking. AWS is signaling a future where governance is as intuitive as analytics, and this is a big step towards that vision. Next step is Databricks. Now Databricks has been on a mission to simplify the messy world of data modernization, and their latest updates are a masterclass in execution. So let's start with simplifying data warehouse migrations with Databricks. Migrating from legacy data warehouses to lakehouse architecture is no small feat. Think schema mismatches, performance hiccups, and cost overruns. Databricks offers a playbook with tools like Delta Live Table, autoloaders, all to make it smoother. They emphasize incremental migrations starting with high value workloads like reporting and then scaling to ML pipelines. Databricks also released some specific guides for SQL Server, Oracle, and Netezza migration. SQL Server to Databricks basically focuses on optimizing T-SQL pipelines for Delta Lake with tips to handling stored procs and triggers. Whereas Oracle to Databricks basically highlights tools like Oracle Data Integrator compatibility and Delta sharing for data integrity during transitions. Whereas Netezza to Databricks emphasizes on scalability, showing how to leverage Databricks compute cluster to handle Netezza's massive parallel processing workloads. So why is it critical? We all know that the legacy systems are a bottleneck for AI and real-time analytics. Now these guides aren't just theoretical, they include code snippets, performance benchmarks, and cost calculators. For example, Oracle Guide shows a 3x performance boost for analytical queries post-migration. Another gem is SQL scripting support in Databricks. This lets you write procedural SQL scripts for complex transformations like iterative data cleansing or multi-step aggregations directly in Databricks. It's not a nod to traditional DBAs who want SQL's familiarity with lakehouse flexibility. Retail data governance with Databricks Unity Catalog basically covers a French retail giant who used Data Catalog or rather Unity Catalog to centralize governance across 3,000 stores. They implemented fine-grained access controls and audited data lineage, ensuring GDPR compliance while enabling self-service analytics. Databricks is positioning itself as the bridge between legacy and future data stacks. Their migration tools lower the risk of moving to the cloud, while Unity Catalog addresses the governance gap that scares off regulated industries. So if you're planning a migration, start with their migration assessment tools on Databricks.com. It's free and gives you a tailored roadmap. Data engineers, you must dive into these guides for practical workflows. For governance teams, the Unity Catalog is must explore for scaling compliance without sacrificing agility. Databricks is gunning for market dominance and they are playing to win. Moving to Google Cloud Platform. So Google Cloud is doubling down on trust and integration to stay competitive. First, Looker's semantic layer enhances GenAI trustworthiness. Now, generative AI is only as good as the data it's fed, and Looker's semantic layer ensures consistency by defining a single source of truth for metrics and dimensions. For example, if revenue means different things across teams, AI outputs may get messy. So Looker's layer enforces standardized definitions so AI models can deliver reliable insights. For this, Looker's LookML creates a reusable data model that integrates with GCP's Vertex AI, which means that your AI chatbot or predictive model pulls from the same logic as your BI dashboard. So why does it matter, right? As AI adoption grows, trust is the bottleneck, right? Looker's approach reduces the risk of biased or inconsistent results, especially for customer-facing apps like recommendation engines. So my take is that this is Google's play to make GCP the go-to for AI-driven enterprises, especially in industries like e-commerce or media. Next is BigQuery data products, which are now in preview. These are pre-packaged analytics solutions that integrate BigQuery with GCP services like Dataflow and PubSub. Think of them as building blocks for data-driven apps, say a real-time fraud detection system or a personalized marketing pipeline. Data products support streaming and batch analytics with built-in connectors to Vertex AI for ML. They also offer governance features like data lineage and access control, making them enterprise ready. Now, I am seeing that Google is unifying its analytics and AI stack to compete with Microsoft Fabric and Databricks. BigQuery data products lower the barrier for building custom solutions, but they are still in preview, so expect some rough edges. So, if you are already on GCP, you must join the BigQuery data products preview to get ahead of the curve. For AI teams, you must explore Looker's semantic layer to boost model reliability. Google's vision is a seamless data to AI pipeline, and these updates are critical pieces. Next up is Microsoft Azure and Microsoft Fabric. Microsoft is streamlining data ops with two big updates. First, Azure Storage Actions, which are now generally available. So this feature automates data management tasks like archiving, tiering, or transforming files in Azure Blob Storage. For example, you can set rules to move old logs to cold storage or convert CSVs to Parquet for analytics, all without writing scripts. It's a win since automation reduces the operational overhead, especially for large-scale data lakes. It's also integrated with Azure's security model, so you can enforce encryption and access controls. Actions are a serverless architecture triggered primarily by events such as file uploads, and they support custom logic via Azure Functions, giving engineers flexibility for complex workflows. Next, task flows in Microsoft Fabric, which are now in GA. Fabric is Microsoft's unified analytics platform, and task flows let you orchestrate data engineering, data science, and BI in one interface. Imagine dragging and dropping tasks to build a pipeline that ingests data, trains an ML model, and generates a Power BI report all in sync. Task flows integrate Fabric's components such as Data Factory, Synapse, and Power BI with a visual workflow editor. They support branching logic and error handling so that you can build robust pipelines. Microsoft is taking a page from Databricks' playbook, unifying analytics to reduce tool sprawl. Task flows are a direct competitor to Databricks' Delta Live Tables and Snowflake's Snowpipe. If Microsoft can nail the user experience, Fabric could dominate enterprise analytics. For Azure users, storage actions are a no-brainer for cost optimization. So you can check Azure's docs for setup guides. And for analytics team, you must explore task flows in Fabric to streamline collaboration. Microsoft is definitely betting on simplicity, and these updates deliver. Moving to NVIDIA. NVIDIA is redefining AI performance in data engineering. Accelerating deep learning with Apache Spark showcases how NVIDIA's GPU acceleration supercharges Spark for deep learning and LLM interfaces. Spark is a workhorse for big data, no doubt on that, but it's a CPU bound for ML tasks. NVIDIA's Rapids library changes that, offloading compute to GPUs for tasks like model training and even real-time inferencing. Rapids integrates with Spark's data frame API, so you can accelerate existing pipelines with minimal code changes. As LLMs and deep learning go mainstream, compute costs are skyrocketing. NVIDIA's tools make Spark a viable platform for AI, especially on clouds like Databricks and AWS EMR. NVIDIA is bridging the gap between data engineering and AI, positioning GPUs as the backbone of modern analytics. The catch? You need GPU-enabled clusters, which can be pricey. Still, the performance gains often justify the cost. So for data engineers, you must check out NVIDIA's rapid tutorials on developer.nvidia.com. And if you are running Spark, test Rapids on a small workload to quantify the speed up. NVIDIA is signaling that AI at scale requires GPUs, and they are leading the charge. Moving to Snowflake. Now, Snowflake's AI data cloud is powering industry-specific innovations. Auto manufacturers drive innovation with Snowflake basically dives into how car makers leverage Snowflake for analytics across supply chains, manufacturing, and connected vehicles. For example, one automaker basically uses Snowflake to process telemetry from millions of vehicles in real time, optimizing maintenance schedules and improving customer expectations. Snowflake's platform support unstructured data, like sensor logs, which integrates with tools like Streamlit and custom apps. Its data sharing features lets automakers collaborate with suppliers without moving data, thereby reducing security risks. As per my analysis, Snowflake's industry focus sets it apart from general purpose clouds. By tailoring solutions for automotive, they are proving the AI data cloud's value in high stakes verticals. So you can expect more industries like healthcare or energy to follow. If you're on manufacturing, explore Snowflake's automotive case study on snowflake.com. For data teams, you can trust and test their ML functions for predictive analytics. They are surprisingly easy to deploy. And Snowflake is showing how data clouds can drive business outcomes, not just store data. So let's just now close with a set of cross-platform innovations that every data pro should know. First one is the AI toolkit to unify workflows. It is a vendor-agnostic framework for streamlining data engineering and analytics. It integrates tools like Airflow, dbt, and MLflow into a single pipeline, reducing context switching. And the toolkit basically uses open APIs and supports hybrid cloud, so you can run it on AWS, Azure, or GCP. It's ideal for teams juggling multiple platforms. Next is automating customer data load with dbt and Snowflake. This tutorial shows how dbt's transformation layer automates ETL for customer data, like unifying CRM and e-commerce records. By combining dbt's version controlled models with Snowflake's compute, you get faster and high quality pipelines. Real world ETL use cases with AssureFlow basically explores 6 scenarios like real-time inventory tracking for e-commerce or fraud detection for fintech. AssureFlow's streaming engine syncs data in milliseconds, making it a strong pick for low latency pipelines, and it has beaten Databricks Delta Live tables in latency tests by 15% as per some discussions. Streaming patterns for data analytics is a deep dive into architectures for real-time systems. It covers patterns like event sourcing and Kappa architecture with code samples for tools like Kafka and Flink. This is a must-read for engineers designing next-gen platforms. And finally, Netflix ad event processing pipeline. Netflix shared how they process billions of ad events daily using a real-time pipeline built on Apache Flink and Druid. Key features include fault tolerance, exactly once processing, and sub-second latency. Their tech blog details how they handle data skew and back pressure, making this a blueprint for high-velocity pipelines. Now, these tools reflect a broader trend. Data platforms are basically converging on real-time, automated and unified workflows. Netflix pipeline shows what's possible at scale, while dbt and Astery Flow make those capabilities accessible to smaller teams. So for engineers, you must check out astery.io for flows, basically use cases, and netflixtechblog.com for pipeline insights. For transformation teams, dbt's Snowflake tutorial on dbt.com is a quick win. And the AI toolkit is worth a pilot if you are battling the tool sprawl. So what a week! Let's tie it all together. Amazon Q and QuickSight's row-level security automation make analytics smarter and more secure. Databricks' migration guides and Unity catalog are your tickets to modernizing with confidence. Google Cloud's Looker's semantic layer and BigQuery data products boost AI trust and app development. Microsoft Azure Storage Actions and Fabric's task flows are all about automating the grunt work. NVIDIA's GPU accelerated Spark is a game changer for AI at scale. And Snowflake, their AI data cloud, is driving automotive innovation with real-world impact. The big picture: the data world is racing toward AI, real-time, and automated systems, and platforms are competing to simplify complexity while delivering industry-specific value. Your job? Stay curious, experiment with these tools, and keep your pipelines flowing. That's a wrap for this week's Data Plumbers Unplugged. If you found the value in this deep dive, smash that subscribe button to join our data crew. Drop a comment below. What's the one update that you are geeking out about? Got a pipeline puzzle? Let us know. We'll tackle it in a future episode. And follow us on Substack by visiting dataplumbers.substack.com for data tips and for full newsletter. All the links are mentioned from AWS to Netflix are basically part of the dataplumbers.substack.com newsletter. So until next week, keep plumbing those data pipes. I'm Puneet, and I'll catch you in the cloud.
Thanks for tuning in to Data Plumbers Unplugged. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with fellow data enthusiasts. Got a question or a topic you'd love us to explore? Reach out, we'd love to hear from you. Until next time, keep the data flowing, and we'll see you back here soon.